wasn't goals available anywhere elsewhere, really. He's a scam artist. Game week 5 could be the wildcard week. It would be pretty wrong to make a wildcard team with 0 Liverpool players, would it not?
It's such a crazy thing to say.
Hello and welcome to the Game Week 5 episode of the Stick to FPL podcast. And in this very important week, wildcards are on the cards. We'll be talking about our teams, having a look at potential wildcard that I'm genuinely thinking about right now. We'll be having a look at a differential of the week, and we'll have a quiz as well. We are joined, as always, by my good friend FPL Sim. How are you, mate?
Not too bad, not too bad. I think people are wondering when you're going to finally get rid of me, because I'm like stinking up the gaff this week.
Oh, yeah?
It's not very good. I've had a very bad week. But remember, guys, if you do want to catch us on Sound or on any other platform, we are on all socials, and we are on Spotify, Apple Pods, and all the cool podcast listening to places. But yeah, check us out, give us a 5-star, and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Full episodes are on now. Stick to FPL on YouTube.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Just search Stick to FPL. Wherever you like to listen to your pods, you will find us, no doubt. So let's get stuck in. We don't mess about these days. We get stuck straight in. I mean, I would ask you how your day is, but I'll be honest, we've been in the studio for about half an hour now. So, yeah, already know. What I don't know is how your game week was.
Yes.
And you don't know how mine was either. And I can tell you that a lot of people are going to feel very good about their game week having seen my team and maybe yours as well.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a stinker week. We both had, I think, really strong game weeks. Well, first few game weeks in general. Game week 4 has been probably my weakest game week yet, I would say. 51 points is it's not great, I can't lie. It seems like one of those game weeks in game week 4 where you either had to have Haaland, Semenyo, or one of the random defenders that seems to score 20 points every week.
It just wasn't good enough to have like 2 or 3 normal clean sheets this week.
No.
Because like everyone who was expected to get a clean sheet basically got a clean sheet.
Yep.
So most people had about 2 or 3 defenders with a clean sheet. You had to have like Anderson or Van de Ven, or was it Romero who hold as well?
Yep.
Gabriel with like a 9-point-R. Like you had to have a few of those in there and a Semenyo.
4 at the back, cooked.
Yeah.
I said last week that, maybe a pivot to 4 at the back. Maybe this was a bit of a freak game week because there was an unfathomable amount of clean sheets. So Arsenal kept a clean sheet, both Crystal Palace and Sunderland, Everton, Aston Villa, Fulham, Newcastle, Spurs, Liverpool, and Man City. 10 clean sheets in game week 4. That is unheard of.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen.
I think I read somewhere goals per game this week was 1.9. Normally we see about 3.
Wow. And a lot of that was Man City dominating Man United, Spurs dominating West Ham, and Arsenal dominating Nottingham Forest. There just wasn't goals available anywhere elsewhere, really. Obviously, Brentford and Chelsea was 2-2 as well. But really tough week. Yeah, I'm down to, I think, like 3 million in rank, 3.6, something like that.
It's still very good, by the way, compared to where the average meta is right now.
If you want to compare to other quote-unquote FPL experts.
You say you're an FPL expert?
No, I'm absolutely not saying.
You said other, which implies that you are on the other side. No, you're one of them.
I put it in quotation marks because it is what is quoted, but not necessarily strictly true. But yeah, look, it compared to a lot of other very good FPL managers, it's good. It's good. I read something earlier of the FPL managers considered elite. So those who have like the best records of all time in FPL, only about 7% of them are in the top 1 million places right now. And actually we have like a small percentage, like 0.3%, something like that, outside of the top 9 million. So there are some very good FPL managers very much struggling this season. Which is interesting, but we've got to adapt. We've got to see what's going wrong, what's going right. Is it just bad luck? I think the variance has been crazy. I've got double Aston Villa attack, and they haven't scored a goal in 4 games.
I don't know if that's variance, man.
It's variance. They are the only team in England's top 8 divisions to have not scored a goal so far this season.
I have heard that, but also they don't look it. They don't look like they're gonna score a goal. There's something very wrong. And, like, it's not been like, Watkins has been hitting the post, Rodgers has missed a penalty. It's not been like that. They've just been poor.
I think Watkins has maybe been a little unfortunate. I mean, he did absolutely nothing in game week 4, but, I mean, he's generated 1.13 XG. Rodgers, on the other hand, has basically done nothing. May as well be picking defensive midfielders. I mean, at least then I get those defensive contribution points. But yeah, not great. Let's look at my team for game week 5 as things stand. And I have already mentioned that I'm thinking about wildcarding. I'm certainly thinking about moving to a 4 at the back. Wow. Because it just seems that every week there is just, in the top scoring players, every single game week, there seems to be several defenders there. I think the meta has changed. I think the strategy has maybe changed, and maybe we need to adapt to that. I mentioned it last week. I think that confidence is only building. I'm currently starting Dubravka in goal at home against Nottingham Forest rather than Sanchez away against Man United. The Fantasy Football Hub algorithm recommends playing Dubravka over Sanchez, but it thinks it's very tight. Of course, if you do want to check out Fantasy Football Hub and their amazing algorithm and My Team Tool, OptaStats, and all of the other good stuff, you can use the link in the description of this pod. We love it over here. But yeah, I'm going to go for Juve against Palace, Richards against West Ham. I mean, I can see a 0-0 there if I'm totally honest. Pedro Porro against Brighton. I think it would be, maybe silly not to play Spurs defenders. 3 clean sheets in 4 now. I'm hoping Murillo is available against Burnley. But if he's not, then I'll probably make a transfer there. I do have 2 free transfers, 0.9 in the bank. I've got Salah, currently captain, not certain on that. Bruno against Chelsea, Rodgers and Watkins against Sunderland, which in theory is a good fixture. They've kept a couple of clean sheets so far this season, but they have been overperforming their expected goals conceded data. They conceded a lot of chances against Palace. Mateta, for example, I think was pretty unfortunate not to score in that game. And João Pedro is against Man United, which is maybe even a captain opportunity there, I can't lie, given how Manchester United have started the season. So, yeah, this is where I am. It doesn't fill me with joy, but it should, because we've got double Aston Villa against Sunderland. This should be great. We've got Mateta and Richards against West Ham. That should be great. We've got Murillo against Burnley, but, injury, so... I am considering a wild card. I do have a wild card draft right now, and I'll talk through why I'm considering wild carding when we come to that. Because there is some pretty strong reasons, I think. Even though I think the wild card team on paper is maybe weaker than my current team, particularly as I have free transfers. But there are some advantages. We'll get to that.
I'll listen out for your reasons later, but I would encourage caution here.
I know, but the team looks good. But what do we say? Do we say, okay, first 4 game weeks, Aston Villa have just been unlucky?
Well, no, they've been bad, but Sunderland have been bad also.
Yeah, no, I agree. Do I agree? They haven't been horrific.
Well, Villa haven't been horrific either. They've been bad.
Yeah, okay.
And Sunderland have been one of the weaker defences in the league.
It's that thing, isn't it? Like, obviously, Aston Villa aren't going to go through the entire season without scoring. Obviously, that's not going to happen. But, I mean, we probably would have said the same thing last game week, right? So is it going to happen again? Is the confidence so shot right now that it is going to maybe take it a little bit longer for them to get that first goal? And I'm so riding on these Aston Villa guys against Sunderland. This is why I bought these guys. I wanted these fixtures. And now it's like, do I really want them? Do I really want Mateta against West Ham? Do I really want Salah anymore?
To be fair. And I have been saying this about Salah. But
he's a scam artist. We know this by this point. He scams FPL points, scoring points only after the 90th minute. Random penalties after ghosting all game. This is why a lot of people pick Salah, because we know he just has this knack to just find a way to FPL points. It's why he's a legend. Even when he's played badly in the past, he's always been able to find a way to FPL points. But yeah, that's me anyway. I don't know how I feel about my team right now. A lot of players I do like. A lot of players I'm just losing faith in very, very quickly. Let's have a look at your scores for game week 4.
So I did a -4 last week. I had 57 -4 at 253. The -4 paid off. I obviously sold Bukayo Saka, and I also sold Ollie Watkins for a hit, and I brought in Mo Salah, and I brought in a dud forward. So in terms of just the transfer, by the way, I really hate sort of the rotation issues that I was facing, where I was like, which attacker do I play? So that kind of solved that. But the problem then became, a lot of people have deep benches. And I, last week, had no bench, except for Estev. So it's kind of uncomfortable right now if a player gets injured or anything. I obviously have 8 Nori. That's a problem that when I fix will be a player on the bench. I don't really want to be playing Diouf at all. So my bench becomes Estevan Diouf. Again, very weak bench. So it's not the best. But despite a bad week, I am still currently ranked inside the top 2 million, which I am fairly happy with.
You should be. Yep,
yeah.
Strong.
Down from 600k though. So, it's annoying, but it is what it is. The team, I actually think, did really well. Like, Mbeumo had a brilliant chance. 2 brilliant chances
really
saved. Reinders had such a clear one-on-one.
He had a few really, really good chances to score. Like, it's crazy.
Either of those scored, that's probably another 9 or 10 pointer from there. And I'm looking at around about 62, 61 points. And if both of them score, it's a massive green arrow. Like, it's just such fine margins. They're quite lowly owned. Very fine margins. Fine margins. But yeah, I kept Cole Palmer, kept the faith. Didn't really want to sell him. Was concerned about the minutes this week. Obviously didn't start, but happy to have that goal. And I bought more Salah because I was worried that he would do exactly what he did in the end.
Yeah. He always does it. I think with your team, like, I think you can definitely say that you had a few players who did really get unlucky there, that you kind of already mentioned. So yeah, I think you can definitely feel a little shortchanged, and I don't think necessarily huge changes are needed really with your team. I mean,
I would argue that my team is going to struggle in about 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, what does it? Let's have a look. See what it looks like for Game Week 5.
So currently, I'm lining up with Sanchez in goal, Diouf, Richards, Pedro Porro, Mo Salah, Cole Palmer, Gakpo, and Mbeumo Rangers, João Pedro, and Bowen. So basically the same team as what I had last week. I am quite inclined to roll just because I want 2 transfers for Game Week 6 when I want to make a play for Haaland. Current captaincy is on Mo Salah. He was the big reason why I also bought him for last week, was because I would have had no captain this week if I went for Haaland, which is what I was considering as well. Palmer against United, I love. Gakpo against Everton, I love. And Mbeumo against Chelsea, I mean, the team is great on paper. Even Bowen against Crystal Palace, I don't hate it. So fairly content with it. I think it's a straightforward week for me. Roll Captain Mo and get through it.
Yeah, and then Game Week 6 maybe. What, double transfer Salah and Bowen presumably to Haaland and someone?
Semenyo maybe if I can afford that.
Oh yeah. Ooh, yeah. That's gonna be affordable, I think.
It should be, yeah.
Yeah, that's affordable for you.
Yeah.
You got 0.3 in the bank.
And Salah's 0.5 more expensive than Haaland, and Semenyo is about 7.9, I think.
Yeah. Semenyo for 7.5. Haaland is 14.1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, that's actually a really good plan. I would roll this as well.
Yeah. But I basically hold 8 Nori throughout that.
Yeah, you kind of have to. Do we know how bad his injury is? Is he
about 2 months?
2 months, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, he does need to go at some point for you then.
I'm essentially waiting for Arsenal players there, right?
Yeah, sure.
So I'm not too upset about just keeping him until I can make a play for the Arsenal player. I don't need to go for Gabriel now. He's playing Man City.
Game Week 7 is probably the hopping on point. Maybe Game Week. Game Week 7 will be the hopping on point for Arsenal.
Yeah. So essentially roll through this, double transfer in 6, and deal with 8 Nori in 7.
It's good to have a plan, and your one is nice. I like it.
Thank you very much.
I know, I do. I really like it. Right, well, I am thinking about wildcarding this week. It may have to be done, and I have a very good reason for why I think Game Week 5 could be the wildcard week when, maybe it wasn't in the original plans. This is the team I have come up with for a wildcard in Game Week 5. And first of all, I'll tell you why a Game Week 5 wildcard might be better for some people rather than a Game Week 6 free hit. Because that was the original plan for me. And the main reason for that, and why it's a Game Week 5 wildcard and not a Game Week 6 wildcard as well, is because of the triple captainship. There is no player in better form in the Premier League than Erling Haaland right now. He's about to face Burnley at home in Game Week 6. If you are wildcarding or free hitting in Game Week 6, that locks you out of your triple captain. If you want a triple captain, you need to leave Game Week 6 free of chips. So maybe if your team is maybe not in the best spot right now, can you build a team in Game Week 5 using the wildcard that is better than your current team in Game Week 5, as well as being good for those future game weeks as well? And this is what I came up with. So in goal, we have either Raya or Dubravka. Not sure who will play. It is a home game for Arsenal, and Arsenal are typically fairly fixture-proof defensively. You know, they are just as likely to concede to Man City as maybe they are West Ham in a couple of weeks, to be honest. It's just the Arsenal way.
That is such a crazy thing to say.
It's true, though.
It's ridiculous.
It's so true.
That is ridiculous.
I know it sounds stupid on paper.
Ridiculous.
But it is true. I mean, think about the goals that Arsenal have conceded so far this season. As a kind of a silly free kick against Liverpool, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Your statement was they are just as likely.
Yeah,
they are not just as likely to keep a clean sheet.
Okay,
against Man
but
City.
like the difference is minimal.
I think the difference is massive.
I don't think so.
Man City will put up an XG of at least 0.8.
Yeah, sure.
At the very least,
that's good enough to keep a clean sheet.
That's unlikely. That means you're almost. I mean, I would say
top
almost
goalkeeper.
Guaranteed. But look, it's not.
Is that controversial to say?
It is extremely. It's like saying Haaland is fixture proof. He's not.
No, he's not.
Because nobody is.
Because he's about to play Arsenal and he's unlikely to score against Arsenal, which is exactly what I'm saying.
No. Yes, but Arsenal are also playing Man City, where they are unlikely to keep a clean sheet against Man City.
But what I'm saying is that Arsenal are more defensively fixture-proof than maybe some other teams. Okay, maybe saying
that I will accept.
Maybe saying the same like Man City versus West Ham. Maybe that is an exaggeration. I'll hold my hands up. But what I am saying is, if Liverpool play Man City and West Ham, there is a big difference between their chances of a clean sheet between those two fixtures. If Arsenal play those same two fixtures, there is going to be a difference, but it's going to be much smaller difference because, Arsenal can, decide to play in certain negative ways that us Arsenal fans are, we care about the results. So we don't care about the good football, always. Sometimes a set-piece goal and a 1-0 is all you need.
Okay.
Or at least that's what we tell ourselves. So either Raya or Dubravka in goal. I'm kind of on the fence on this one. That could go either way. The defence, however, is a 3-man defence for game week 5, which would be Virgil against Everton, double Crystal Palace defence in Lacroix and Richards away against West Ham. I think that's a really good chance of a clean sheet there. In midfield, we've got Semenyo, Palmer, Kudus, and Paqueta. I think Kudus could potentially be Njai as well here. And up front, we've got Haaland, Joao Pedro, and Gyökeres, with a bench of Dubravka, as we mentioned, Dewsbury Hall, who plays against Liverpool this week, Senesi against Newcastle, and Goodmanson against Wolves. Wouldn't mind trying to upgrade Goodmanson to a 4.5. Not exactly sure how I would do that. Would have to be a downgrade somewhere. I think probably Virgil would maybe be a player I would downgrade here. We go for a 5.5, 5 million.
Why are you going for Virgil?
I think this team is really looking at those DEFCON monsters.
What about Tarkowski then?
He has been, but I don't trust Everton as much defensively, particularly with the fixtures that they have. I don't think there's going to be too many clean sheets up for grabs for Everton. Maybe outside of game week 6 and 7 look okay for clean sheets, but outside of that, long term, not so hot, particularly when you're spending 5.5. You do need fixtures if you're targeting a team like Everton. That's just my opinion, though. But yeah, look, Virgil could go down to someone like
Anderson.
Anderson doesn't really have a lot of fixtures I like right now, but
neither does Virgil though, and that defense is awful.
It's awful right now. Liverpool defense saying it's awful is maybe a little harsh.
Okay, again, maybe we are on the stick to exaggerations.
Yeah, sure. but I think they are also improving week on week. Well, they didn't put up a bad defensive performance against Arsenal game week 3. I mean, Burnley is maybe not as much of a test, but didn't concede a huge amount of chances. So I think game on game, I think they will get better and better. Kirkes hasn't been quite at it yet. They haven't had a fit right back. They've been playing Szoboszlai there. First game they didn't have Gravenberch, so I don't think Liverpool have been amazing so far this season. But I think it's fair to say their defense is showing some promise going into the future. But maybe I'm wrong about that. But it would be pretty wrong to make a wildcard team with 0 Liverpool players, would it not? Would that be too mad?
Yeah, I mean,
I felt like I needed to have 1 Liverpool player in there.
I'd go for a Gakpo, but you can't afford it. And even then, the rotation concerns. It doesn't feel right to have a 6.1 million Virgil just for some DEFCON when they might keep 2 clean sheets, but then the fixtures are quite a bit rough after that.
Yeah, they do pick up a lot from kind of game week 12, 13 onwards. But there is a little rough run coming up for Liverpool pretty soon. So maybe that could be avoided entirely, and that would free up a bit of budget as well.
So my missus wildcarded this weekend.
Yeah.
And the wildcard that I completely did not do for her looks very similar to
Yeah,
this.
what are the similarities of the team you built last week then?
It's very similar. She is anti-Haaland, so essentially it's Haaland out for, I think it was a Mateta.
How can you be anti-Haaland?
She's anti-Haaland.
Fair enough.
She's anti-Palmer, anti-Haaland.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did, but maybe you can.
Palmer hasn't scored all season.
Until
all year, sorry.
Until this weekend.
Yeah, but he didn't start.
Yeah, true.
But she has been rightly anti-Palmer since the start of this year.
Fair enough.
And I wish I listened to her through the second half of last season. But yeah, I think she's probably gonna change her tune on Haaland in a couple of weeks. But right now, she's essentially gone for this team without Virgil, with Porro, I believe, and then Haaland and Kudus out for Salah and Mateta, I think it was.
Okay.
And I think the bench is virtually the same as what you've got here. The only problem I have with it is it looked good last week. This week, it just looks bad.
Yeah, and this is the one thing that is maybe holding me back from pulling the trigger on the wild card. This is not a great team for Game Week 5. No. This is a team of informed players for Game Week 5, players who look pretty good right now, but they pretty much all have rough fixtures outside of maybe the defenders. Maybe, Palmer, Joao Pedro, fine, but Haaland and Gyökeres against each other, Reyes against City, Semenyo against Newcastle, who have put up the best defensive numbers so far this season. Kudus against Brighton, it's not bad, but it's not amazing. And Paqueta against Crystal Palace, I'm not convinced by that one really at all. So it's a big decision. Do we pick the informed players who, for the best part, have rough fixtures this week, or do we stick with what we've got and hope things improve very quickly?
My only thing about using a trip like a wild card or even a free hit is you want to have a certain degree of confidence that it's going to outscore your current team, and it's hard to have that.
Yeah,
it's hard to have that with this, and this team is a better team.
Yeah, no, of course it's a better team.
It's a lot better of a team, but I think it's been 4 weeks. There's been sort of this whole theme of defenders being massively outperforming other players. It's been very low scoring, and I remember 2 or 3 years ago something similar happened to this, where a lot of people, I think big at the back was even a thing. I think it was like Trent, Robbo, Cancelo type season.
Sure.
And it wasn't them, but loads of defenders were just killing it. And eventually it just normalized a little bit. And I suspect we may be in for a bit of a sort of adjustment at some point. Maybe not this week, maybe not even this month, but it'll probably happen. It's not normal for the Premier League to have this few goals.
Yeah. 10 clean sheets in one game week is crazy.
It's mental.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think if I was in your shoes, I would pull the trigger. But I would want someone to tell me to just exercise patience. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but
yeah, it does. I'm not convinced by this because ideally this is a team you wildcard in Game Week 6.
Yeah, this is a great Game Week 6 wildcard.
But if you wildcard in Game Week 6, you can't triple captain Haaland.
Haaland will play West Ham. He'll play Wolves. He'll play Sunderland.
Yeah. So there are some other opportunities, but it just seems like Burnley, I would say, are the worst team in the Premier League right now.
Really? It's kept out Liverpool.
Yeah, I don't think they keep out Man City in the same way. And they have conceded a lot of chances. I think Liverpool took 20 plus shots in that game. And it was just a case of, I think only 2 or 3 were on target. And that's including the penalty. So, they did concede chances in that game, and they've conceded many, many more chances in previous games as well. I think if I've got a triple captain chip and I'm not planning another chip in Game Week 6, it is like the most obvious triple captain week for the first half of the season.
Yeah. I would say, I think Game Week, I would say, is it 17 and 19 are also decent for Haaland?
So we've got West Ham at home in Game Week 17, Sunderland away in Game Week 19.
Yeah.
So we've got Leeds at home in Game Week 13 as well, if you fancied that one.
Yeah.
So there are other options.
Yeah.
And as we know from last season, the best, triple captain week on paper is not always the one that actually pays off. I mean, what was it last season?
Ipswich at home was Game Week 2, and then it was Southampton at home that he blanked.
Yeah. So
Or-
no, it was Southampton. He generated something like 2.7 xG and scored once. I think it was a 6-pointer for a lot of people. Triple captain at home against Southampton, myself included. So it doesn't, even in the best fixtures, it doesn't always go the way you think it will.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've got to play the odds, right? And the odds look pretty good for Haaland in Game Week 6. So that's basically my argument for a Game Week 5 wildcard. Can a team of better form players with weaker fixtures compete with your current Game Week 5 team? If they can, and it opens up that opportunity for a triple captain in Game Week 6, is it worth just going for it now rather than holding off? And I think there is definitely some consideration to be made there. I don't know if I'll do it yet.
I'll press your narrative on one last point.
Go ahead.
So, Haaland against Burnley, phenomenal fixture. Want that, very important. Play the odds. You've got 2 attackers against a great fixture this week in your current team. You don't want those odds.
Yeah, well, Haaland is putting up incredible numbers. It looks incredible, looks so sharp, and Watkins and Rodgers don't.
Yeah,
so
that's fair. That's absolutely fair. That's absolutely fair.
Yeah, and I think particularly with forward players, form is so important. Arguably more important than fixtures. Well, definitely more important than fixtures, I would say.
Ooh, that's an interesting FPL point, isn't it? Is
Yeah.
it fixtures over form or form over fixtures?
I think for defenders, fixtures over form. For attackers, form over fixtures. Like, you fancy Joao Pedro to score against Liverpool in a couple of weeks because he's just been in such good form, even though the fixture might not necessarily be there.
I'm form over fixtures in a 1-game shootout. Fixtures over form in a longer run.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense. And a wildcard is for the longer run, right? So, there. And the wildcard team has good fixtures over the long run. But anyway, that is my wildcard team. That is what's currently going through my head in terms of wildcard. I don't know if I'll do it or not, but it's something that I need to strongly consider. Because I don't think I can handle another 50-point week. It's painful, man. It's very, very painful. It really is.
you'll be fine. It's 5 game weeks.
Long season left to go. Right. Well, with that said and done, we need to do differential of the week and our quiz.
We should do like a song or a jig.
A jingle.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to sing us a jingle for differential of the week?
We should do like a rap where we do 1 verse each.
Okay. I haven't got anything off the top of my head right now. I mean, if you've got anything for me, what rhymes with week?
I haven't got anything off the top of my head. All I know is I don't want my arrow to be red.
If you're feeling like your game week could be bleak, don't worry yourself. We've got differential of the week.
Wow. Wow.
There we go. There we go.
Excellent. Now we just have to remember that next week.
Yeah, we won't. Okay, so differential of the week. Last week's scores, I had a little cheeky Lacroix 6-pointer, and you took my differential of the week from the previous week with Harvey Barnes. I think an unfortunate 3-pointer, to be honest. Yeah, I expected a bit more from Newcastle in that game, but they're not exactly free scoring right now. Yeah. That does bring our scores to 14 for me, 17 for you. So you are still in the lead, Sim. Congratulations for that.
Thank you very much.
But not for much longer. I've clawed back 3 points and we'll be clawing back another 3 this week.
We will see how it goes, but who have you got to try that?
Well, okay, I'll tell you straight up. I've got a 0.2% selected Jeremy Pino of Crystal Palace fame. It's basically a nice fixture. West Ham away is, of course, very nice. We know West Ham are conceding perhaps more goals than they should do at the moment. Jeremy last week, 0.73 XG with 2 big chances against Sunderland. We spoke about Sunderland kind of being maybe a little fortunate to be keeping clean sheets. I think last game week was a prime example of that because Jeremy and Mateta, they had chances. They just couldn't finish it off, unfortunately, for them. So yeah, we're going to go with Jeremy, 0.2%. I think if he can do anything close to, well, his kind of involvement of last week, I think we got a good chance here against West Ham. So we're back on attackers. Jeremy Pino, let's go.
Yeah, I think we should set up a rule. You can only pick 1 defender every 3 game weeks.
Well, nah, I don't agree with that rule.
Because with DEFCON and with like all the tomfoolery, it's just, it feels like it just feels a little cheap sometimes.
It is hard. It's becoming harder to pick a differential defender though, and I think within a few game weeks it will really balance out. But I can I'll commit to going a couple of weeks without a defender.
Okay.
This one included.
Excellent.
And next one.
So,
And I'll be back on it the week after that.
the best differential of this game week, the one that I am going for, an absolute rock star who's showed up in London and has lit White Hart. It's not called White Hart Lane anymore, but the Spurs ground. What's the Spurs ground called?
It's just the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I think. They've still not sold the naming rights to it.
Poor name. The best differential for game week 5, an absolute rock star who I wish I could have in my team, showed up in London and absolutely tore it apart with 1 assist last week from a corner.
Wow.
Xavi Simons, 2.2% owned, I believe. And he's going to be my differential of the week.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, we spoke about him a little bit last week, to be fair, like saying, maybe he could be coming and become the guy at Spurs.
Well, you said he'll be that guy.
Well, I think so. And I think with Richarlison being benched last week, we're seeing Tell play up front, Colin Mwani's there, Solanke's fit. It's impossible to pick a striker. We've seen now Brennan Johnson on the bench last week, so it's really difficult to pick a midfielder. Really, if you're looking for a Spurs attacker, we're between Xavi Simons and Kudus.
Yeah.
Then that's it.
Yeah.
That's your choice. And we've got some really nice fixtures coming up for Spurs. If you're going to invest, I think Xavi Simons is not a bad place to go at all. So I like that differential of the week. I liked it last week. I like it more now. He's got his assist.
You hated mine last week.
I didn't. I wouldn't have picked it myself.
You in fact laughed at me, I recall quite explicitly.
Well,
you said, ha ha, he didn't play last week, so you've picked him, ha ha.
Yeah.
That was your verbatim words.
Well, it wasn't quite that, but I think I was more laughing at the fact you copied my differential of the week before, which is fine. If you don't have the creativity, then that's fair enough. But you've gone for a more creative man in Xavi this week, so maybe you're trying to claw back some self-respect.
Fair enough. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping for another Grealish performance there.
Oh yeah, I mean it could happen. I can see it. I like that pick a lot, and then it's a nice little fixture against Brighton there as well, who have conceded a couple of goals. All right, and we are of course going to wrap up the show with Clues That Player. We've got time for the quiz this week. Oh my word. So for those of you guys who are new to the show or haven't heard the quiz before, maybe you've ended the podcast early. First of all, why would you do that? You missed Clues That Player. It's a great quiz. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you 3 clues for you to identify an FPL relevant Premier League player. The clues start off pretty hard, become easier as we go through each one.
I don't have a good track record with this.
No.
I don't have a good track record with this.
It's not great.
I'm not very confident.
That's fine. You will score 1 point, 3 points if you can guess the player within 1 clue, 2 points if you can guess the player within 2 clues, and 1 point. I'm doing it backwards. 1 point if you can guess the player within 3 clues. If you can't guess the player, it's 0 points. There are 3 players, and the first player and the first clue is this. This player joined a Premier League side from Ajax in 2023.
The current Premier League player.
Yeah. Well, I mean, FPL relevant. Currently FPL relevant. Like, there will be people with this player in their team. There will be people buying this player. They're all FPL, well, at least somewhat FPL relevant players.
I only know 2 players that came from Ajax.
And who are they?
Anthony and the guy who came from Ajax a long time ago.
So, unfortunately for you, we're going to have to move on to the second clue.
It's unfortunate.
He has scored a total of 34 FPL points this season.
What?
Yeah, so a decent scoring player here. I think the third clue will probably give it away.
So from Ajax?
In 2023, to his current Premier League team. Just to add a bit more context, those are the only two teams he's played for, Ajax and his current Premier League team.
Okay, I'm getting ideas.
Yeah?
I'm getting ideas.
What are your ideas telling you? The next clue.
Oh my god.
He's a defender.
That doesn't help me at all.
Really?
It does not help
Oh
me
my
at
word.
all. I was already thinking of defenders because who else has 34 points this season?
Arsenal defenders do. That's for you go on half a point.
Is it Timber didn't come from Ajax, did he?
Yep.
Timber came from Ajax?
Yeah, you got half a point. Fourth clue you needed. I can't believe
No,
it.
I was thinking about Timber, but I didn't think he came from Ajax.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah, there you go.
Forget stuff.
All right. Well, it's all right. You got half a point. That's better than 0.
Better than last week.
Yeah. No, I think you got half. No, you got a quarter of a point last week. I think I have to give you like 10 clues. This is the one I didn't do last week. He scored 4 goals and 5 assists in the 2022-23 season as a defender.
He's currently in the Premier League.
Yeah.
4 goals, 5 assists.
So this was 2 seasons ago. 4 goals, 5 assists as a defender.
Ain't Nori.
No. Clue number 2. He is capped once for Argentina.
A defender.
Yeah. An Argentinian defender. I think those at home will maybe struggle with this one, but when you hear the player, you'll be like, oh, yeah, like, of course, like, this is a FPL relevant player.
All right, so I'm thinking it's not Martinez, it's not Romero. Argentine fullbacks. I'm thinking Molina, who obviously got capped more than once and doesn't play in the Premier League.
No.
Actually, no, Molina does play in the Premier League. He did last season. Does he play now? He played for Forest. He played for Forest last year.
Did he?
Montiel was I was thinking about. I think it was Montiel that I was thinking about.
Noel Molina he was at the World Cup, wasn't he, a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
Plays for Atletico Madrid still.
Was it Montiel who was at Forest last year?
Montiel, I remember this guy.
I'm pretty sure Montiel.
I mean,
again, he literally scored the winning penalty.
It's not the answer.
It's not. It's definitely not.
But Gonzalo Montiel.
Yeah.
Is that the guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on loan at Forest last season. Yeah. Wow, that's a good bit of knowledge there. It's a good little bit of knowledge, but it's not the right answer, unfortunately.
Okay, so we're not talking about players who obviously played a lot of games for Argentina, which is the players that I've been naming so far.
Yeah. Do you want the third clue?
No, I wanna.
Well, I feel like you're guessing around a lot. You've mentioned Martinez, Romero, Montiel.
Just give it to me.
Third clue.
Is this third clue? Damn. Is there one more question?
We've got one more player after this. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
So this third clue is he plays for the team that finished 9th place last season. So this is testing your table knowledge from last season. I think once you've got the team, you'll get the player.
Okay, so Liverpool, Arsenal, City.
Thank you.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
Then it was a selection of Forest, Villa. So we said top 4. We said Villa. We said Newcastle.
Yeah. So all of these teams were finished above 9th. Yeah.
We said Forest. Oh, I forgot how to count now. 4, Villa, Newcastle, Forest, Brighton. No, they weren't that high. Maybe they were. I'm going to say Brighton.
Could be.
So number 9. Is it a Brighton player?
No, I'm just saying you're in the right area of the table now.
Okay. I want to say, I feel like Fulham were fighting for something around then.
They were around there as well, yeah.
But I don't want to say they're 9th.
Were they the 9th team?
Yeah. 8th made Europe, no?
No. Because of Crystal Palace winning the FA Cup and messing it all up.
It's got to be one of Fulham, Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace did not finish top half last year.
No, I think they were 11th or 12th.
They've never finished top half.
Maybe 11th.
It's got to be Fulham or Brighton or
someone else.
Who am I missing? Who's a good team?
There is a team you are missing.
Tell me the club.
The club, you're going to get it. Okay, if I tell you the club, you're down to half a point. Because this will be a 4th clue.
No, but this is mad. Why do I always guess everything but the right answer?
Yeah, you
this
do.
Is bizarre.
I know.
Who's in the Premier League?
Bournemouth.
Oh, my God.
For half a point. Who is the Bournemouth defender who is capped once for Argentina, who scored 4 goals and 5 assists in the 2022-23 season? His name is FPL relevant.
Is it Senesi?
It is Senesi. Congratulations.
God.
2 players, 1 point.
God.
Oh, right. You're going to get this last one, though.
Let's see.
I can tell already. You're going to get this one.
I hate this game so much.
I love this game. Right, player number 3. He has played for Châteauroux, Angers, Laval, Ajaccio, and Lorient in France before joining his first Premier League club in 2021. So he's played for a lot of small clubs in France. Not as small as maybe harsh, but
Lorient, big team.
He's a French. He's not necessarily French, but he's journeymaned around France.
Okay, so I'm thinking French.
Naturally, yeah. That might be a red herring.
Okay, and let's just.
There's a lot of players played in.
Let's just go for the second.
Okay, sure. He has represented his African country 34 times, scoring 7 goals.
So a French African.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, but a French African who actually plays in Africa.
Yeah, he plays for his African nation.
Yeah, so it's not a good French player. Well, I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of decent French players who can't,
Decent, but not.
who are not like.
You got to be very good.
Yeah, to play in France.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say Semenyo.
No, but that's actually a pretty good guess. Yeah, that's a pretty good guess. I think Semenyo is kind of always
Kudus.
played in the no. He's never played in France, I don't think. Semenyo hasn't either, by the way. He's kind of British African, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. But the third clue, I think this is the first two clues. I think were harsh on this one. The third clue is very, very helpful.
Okay.
Very helpful indeed. So his country, who he was obviously played for many, many times, is famous for football players such as Chancel Mbemba, Cedric Bakambu, and Yannick Bolasie.
You're really testing my African football knowledge here.
I can name their entire team, the entire country's team, if you want.
Let's do that. I feel like that would be a little bit more helpful for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not going to be helpful, but we'll do it. Okay. So I'm not going to name this player, of course. Lionel Mpasi, Dimitri Bataud, Timothy Fayalu, Chancel Mbemba, Arthur Masuaku. That's a good one. Gedeon Kalulu, Joris Kayembe, Dylan Batubinsika, Rocky Bushiri, Axel Tuanzebe, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Come on.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka?
Yeah. Let's go through some of the other players you might know. Edo Kayembe, who plays for Watford. Teo Bagonda, who was okay in FIFA a few years ago. We said Cedric Bakambu already. He still plays for them. Yeah, I don't think there's any other.
I want to say like
Simon
Ivory
Banza.
Coast, Cameroon.
Grady Diangana.
I mean, Wan-Bissaka as well. I should be getting it.
Yeah, true. Gael Kakuta.
No.
Is he still playing?
Who's
oh my word.
the country's all-time top goal scorer? That's the question, because then maybe I can.
Okay.
Are you ignoring like a really big player from that country?
Nope.
Okay, so it can't be one of the big African countries.
So the top scorer is Jumasi Umbukani.
Is it a country in South Africa?
No.
West Africa?
No, not really.
North Africa?
Not really.
East Africa?
Not really.
Central?
It's pretty much.
Okay.
You can't get much more central.
So you're talking like Chad, not Ghana, Niger.
Yeah, I mean, unless my geography is terrible, like it is very, very central to the continent of Africa. Very central.
Yeah, I'm not gonna guess this. You got to give me the country.
Okay, it's DR Congo.
Oh, that's why I'm not getting it. I couldn't.
Because it used to be known as Zaire.
Well, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, if I said Zaire, you would have known immediately, I imagine.
No.
Okay.
I just don't know any DR Congo players. Or
you do. You really do.
No, I do know DR Congo players, but like, as in, I don't know DR Congo. I don't know the players who are representing DR Congo.
Wow.
If that makes sense. So like,
I can't believe this.
Yeah, that's a shame. So we are saying French African, played in France.
He's played for 2 Premier League clubs. Well, he's only played for 1 actually.
What was the second clue?
His record: 34 times, 34 games for DR Congo, 7 goals.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to concede here.
No problem. It is Johan Wissa.
Ah, fair enough. Would have never got there.
No.
Fair
enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Would have never got there. I thought Wissa was Jamaican.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, his name's Johan Wissa.
You could be called Wissa in Jamaica.
You could, but you're probably more likely to be like Johan Richardson or Williams or something. No, they've got very English names in Jamaica. Very English names. All right. Well, you gave it a good go. You got.
I collected 1 point across 3.
Yeah, which is not your worst performance. No, actually, it kind of is your worst performance. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna have to go easier on you next week.
Pulling out teeth here.
You're gonna do the quiz next week.
I'll show you how hard this is. I'm gonna do the
yeah.
quiz next week and give you some random obtuse facts.
No, but okay.
He played in Lorient and scored 7 goals for his country.
Yeah.
In Africa. Like, come on.
Honestly, I reckon if you gave me this level of clues, I would get most of them within 2 clues.
0% chance. I'll do the questions.
I'll get all of them within 3.
We'll do the questions next week.
Okay, fine.
Right.
But they have to be FPL relevant players.
Yes.
Like here, like
Yes.
what we did. Okay, fine. All right. Well, unlucky, maybe. But look, whilst the clues that player did not go to plan, maybe our FPL teams will.
Yeah.
Maybe our differentials of the weeks will.
Yes.
And we have to hold on hope for that, because this second half of the podcast has been a complete waste of time for anyone who only listens for FPL content.
I'm sure they switched off a long time ago. If they're here, they enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, surely if you're here by now, please do
Yeah.
drop a like on the pod. It is massively appreciated. As we mentioned earlier, you can find full episodes in many different places. So wherever you prefer to listen and watch, you will find it. Just search Stick to FPL. We appreciate those ratings. Check out Fantasy Football Hub, of course, as always, using our link. And yeah, we're going to wrap things up for today. We'll be back for Game Week 6,
Excellent.
where I will be on the receiving end of Clues That Player.
Mm-hmm.
I actually can't wait.
Me too.
I look forward to it. Thank you, Sim. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.